Good morning, friends. I'm Dewey, and my Tech Talk topic for today is inkjet printers that summer south and photo scanners. In the 20-minute question and answer session after last Monday's Tech for Seniors meeting, a question was asked about printers. If I recall correctly, it was a lady needing a recommendation for an inkjet printer for their southern or southwestern wintering place. I didn't have the opportunity then to jump in with my 2 cents worth, so I'd like to share my thoughts and admittedly strong opinions with you now. I'll confine this part of my presentation to inkjet printers that print with both black and colored ink, which is probably the most common choice for home standalone printers and all-in-ones. Those are the types that can copy and scan. Now, this next point is so important I put it in yellow. From a printer cartridge point of view, it's important to know that there are two very different types of inkjet printers. One, those with built-in printheads, which use inkwell type carts, and two, those without printheads, which use cartridges that have printheads built in. They're sometimes called integrated carts. Snowbirds who have a printer with built-in printheads and inkwell type carts often run into problems because summer heat and non-use can take its toll on the printer's printheads, causing them to dry up and harden. And that ain't fun. On the other hand, snowbirds with an inkjet printer using integrated printheads aren't affected by summer heat and non-use if they remove the carts from the printer and take them back home in a Ziploc bag or a sealed jar. I've been doing this for a dozen years with no problems at all. A couple of related points. When you buy new integrated carts, they come with a plastic clip designed to protect the cartridge heads when the carts aren't in use, including when you take the carts back home in that Ziploc bag and store them in your refrigerator over the summer. Also, if you can manage to have a printer back home that uses the same black and color carts as your Snowbird printer, you can just share the same set of carts between locations. Again, I've done this since 2009 with no problems. To be honest, integrated carts are not without problems, but they're easier to fix and work with and way less expensive to fix than replacing an inkwell type printer because its heads are hopelessly dried up. Integrated cartridges that fail, whether OEM or from an aftermarket supplier, are usually replaced at no charge. By the way, I've used aftermarket remanufactured carts for years with high quality results, even for printing photos. Unfortunately, I need to tell you that it's become more difficult to find inkjet printers and all-in-ones with integrated printheads. In my opinion, it's probably because printer manufacturers make more money selling the more frequently replaced printers with built-in printheads and inkwell type carts. Happily, especially if they're stored down south, of course. Happily, manufacturers like Brother, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Epson, Lexmark, Xerox, and Dell still carry a few models of printers that require carts with integrated printheads. There's another difference between inkwell type carts and integrated carts that with the built-in printheads. Inkwell type carts are pretty much simple containers holding ink. Integrated carts, by comparison, contain sophisticated electrical and electronic circuitry that transfers complex information from your computer or device through terminals in the printer to terminals on the very smart cartridge. The photo at right shows a black ink and a tricolor ink integrated cartridge resting on their respective clips. That's the little black part sticking up. On the back side of each cartridge to the left is the electrical terminal strip that has about 35 terminals that interface with terminals in the printer. Those are the little gold dots you see. The terminals are also used to transmit information about printhead conditions and or problems, ink levels, and other proprietary information. The silver colored rectangular strip at the bottom of each cartridge, that's toward the right, is the cart's printhead. Accessibility, because you can take it out of the printer, allows the heads to be easily cleaned. The quality of printing using integrated printer carts is excellent, essentially the same as a printer with heads. In fact, both John and I have won prizes in photo contests with beautiful glossy photos printed by our inexpensive HP 6900 series printers using carts like the ones you've just seen. The remanufactured carts I use cost about 1/3 the cost of Hewlett-Packard carts and come from LD Products, see the ldproducts.com, in California. Despite occasional problems with their carts, exceptional customer service at LD Products makes up for the problems. Regarding all-in-one printers with scanners, I've never owned one for this reason. Though the printer may be as good as any other standalone printer, the scanner function is simple, basic, and mainly intended for documents and not photographs. I personally prefer the much higher resolution photo scanner that can scan everything in super high quality. I have an old Epson Perfection 4490 flatbed scanner that I use almost daily. Its tasks range from being a high quality photocopier to doing magnificent quality photo, film, and slide digitizing. To demonstrate a photo scanner's capability, here's a photo I just scanned from an old 2-inch by 2-inch Ektachrome slide. Remember Ektachrome? That was a long time ago. I snapped this at the 1962 World's Fair in Seattle. I always thought it was a kind of pretty picture. Well, that about does it for my rant on inkjet printers and photo scanners. If you have any questions, leave them in the chat and I'll do my best to address them. Meanwhile, there's a food fight-like dispute going on between Amazon's YouTube TV and Roku that could end up depriving YouTube subscribers like me from accessing it on Roku streaming devices and Roku TVs. I'll keep you posted next week if it hasn't been resolved. Well, that's my Tech Talk story for today, and I'm sticking with it. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a great day.
Some Windows 10 tips and tricks that I presented to a help group recently online. I'm Hewey Poplock. Let me show you some other things about, let me full screen this so you don't have a lot of other things going on. But let's go back, and I just go back to my documents folder. I have, each of these are folders.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay. And then I also probably have at the bottom a bunch of files too.
right.
Okay. There's a couple things you can do with this. Number one is you can sort by anything here at the top. Right now it's sorted by name and it's sorted alphabetically. If I click it again, it reverses the order. So it starts with the files and then it starts at Z and goes down. If I click it again, it reverses it. It reverses the sorting. Now, what if I want to, gee, I have something. Oh, it is because I have a, if you'll notice, there's a exclamation point.
Ah, okay, I see it. Oh, see, okay.
And alphabetically, Windows handles an exclamation point before the alphabet and before the numbers. So if I want to force something to the top of my list, I put an exclamation point before the word. You hardly notice it, but it puts it at the top of the list. I use these two probably the most of anything. So it forces it right to the top.
And then it does numbers.
Then numbers and then alphabet.
Okay.
Yep. So the next thing is each of these are sortable. Let's say I want to find the most recent of something. So I go to date modified, and now it's going to do it by date, by the latest, which would be the 19th on down. You can do this in any folder as well. And again, if you click it again, it goes to the oldest. If I go to the top of the list, 2014 is when that particular folder was made. And then by type, so let me show you what I mean here. Let's go into a folder. That's a good one to find here. Let's find the Stug one. Okay, and then let's say, virtual meetings, and I've got all of these things here. And notice there's different types. And it tells me some are JPEG files and some are other. I can change by type, and now it puts all the Adobe Acrobat files together, all the Irfan View JPEGs together, and all my PowerPoints together, and then all my Word documents together. Sometimes that helps you find something when you're looking for it.
Sure.
And then I can go back, okay, go back to name. And again, we're alphabetical. And so when I come back up to documents and go to the top, it's back alphabetical. Now, there's also some other things that you can do with this. Let me make it so it's not full screen, so I can move it over a little bit. You'll notice here, share view. See where it says view?
Yeah.
Yes.
When I click that, now you can change the look of this and what it's going to do. We're in details right now. This reminds me of the old DOS days, if you go back that far, where that was the way you looked at a folder. Well, there's different ways you can look at your folder. So let's look at all the different ways. You've got medium icons. It'll look like this.
Don't like that.
If we look at content, it looks like this. If we look like this, it's list. It's just all of them. And then you just see a list.
Back up the content.
Sure.
What do you mean by content? I mean, I know what the word content.
It just shows you the name of it and then the date modified, and it's just like this.
Doesn't actually show you what's in the folder, just what the folder is called.
Yeah, it just shows you what the code. And then if you click on the folder, then it will go back to this because that's the last way I had it.
Okay.
That one. See, it remembers how I've had it. So I can have mixtures of it. So let's look at list. Here's the list, and the large icons have bigger icons. So at different folders, you can have set up different ways. Here's what tiles look like. Then there's small icons and then extra large icons. What's nice about this is if you go to your photos folder, I'm going to go back to details, but let's go to, and you can, so I'm going to click on this PC up here, and it takes me back to this menu. If I go to pictures, district meeting. Okay, there's a lot of pictures there. So with here, those are large icons. If I go to extra large icon, I can actually see all of my pictures without having to open them all up.
You can do what the content of the file is. You can change it as well. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not changing anything. I'm just changing the view of it within the file manager.
Okay.
See,
So that's what
normally you would see it looking like this.
Mm-hmm.
But if I click on large icons, it's giving me a preview of each of the pictures.
If you had a file that had documents in it, not pictures, could you do the same thing that you would?
Well,
see
let's take a look at let's take a look at what we've got here. We'll go back here. We'll go to documents. I'm just trying to think where I might have some articles for blogs. Okay, so we got some things here. Let's see. Just trying to think of one that I might have. Let's see here. Cutting the cord. I got a Word document and a text document. So if I go to extra large icons, it'll show me the pictures like that. But no, the Word document will look like this, and the other will be like this. So it doesn't actually look at the documents, no.
Okay, so you can't see what's actually on the document without pulling it up. Okay.
Yeah, I seem to remember there's somehow you can, but preview pane. Yeah, okay, let's do one more thing here. Let's go see over here where I am, and I click a preview pane. Now I've got a preview pane over here. Now if I come over and move over here, click on that, I will see it over here.
Oh, that's nice.
And if I go here, it'll have that information.
That's very helpful. It means you don't have to open up everything.
You don't have to open, and if I move right here, I can actually make it bigger. Like
And you can
this.
scroll down and see what it is without having to close it and open up something else.
Right, yeah, so see what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
And how do you
Just
close the preview?
Just come up to the preview pane here and go like that, and it goes away.
Super.
And then you come back to details, and there they are as a list.
I feel like I'm just starting to know Windows, and I've been on it for 15 years.
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay, let's, oh, by the way, see this little, I'm way down here in the bottom right-hand corner. If I click
Yes.
there, it minimizes everything.
Oh,
They're still open, but they're minimized.
You're
Okay,
kidding.
so
that little window that you hit, did it?
way down here in the far corner.
Oh, far corner, past that little window or a little
Yeah.
TV screen.
Yep,
Okay, wow.
that minimizes everything. So if I have a folder on this screen, like I got one here,
Mm-hmm.
okay, if I click that, it opens up that folder that I have saved on my desktop.
Right.
It could be a shortcut, but it could be a folder by itself as well. So now what are you saying? I'm not sure what your question is.
My problem was being that I have a folder on the screen that looks like that, and it has documents in it. And when I click on it to open it to get to the document that I want, it only shows in the detail form, it only shows maybe 6. It's an abbreviated look of what it is. And I have to either scroll through it or click on it again to open it wider. And it's not automatically becoming the whole folder to look at.
Is it like this? And let's see, let me move it up here a little
Yes,
bit more.
more or
Is it
less
something like
that.
this? And you
Yes.
have to
Yes,
just try resizing it.
okay.
And again, it's something else to resize. When you're looking at any folder, notice these little, remember I clicked on any of these and you can sort by them.
Right.
But at the end of them, if you move up here, you see the double arrow between each one.
Yes.
So you can only see a little bit of this. If you go here, and I'm going to click and I'm going to drag it.
Ah,
Now I can see the whole title.
just like with Excel cell.
Yep, absolutely.
And will it remember that if you go back next time?
Yeah, if I close that,
Very
if I
good
close
question.
if I close it and then open it.
That's fantastic.
Yes, it did.
Now, if you go to a different folder, it's going to be whatever that folder was.
Of
Yeah,
course.
you'll have to reconfigure
Yeah.
that folder.
You can right mouse click, say new and folder, and we'll call it Leah, just so you know that I just made it here. Now I've got a folder Leah, and let me move it. I'll just move it over here.
Mhm.
And I can take this and just take it and drop it. And now if I open up the Leah folder, there it is.
Mhm.
Is that what you're saying you can do?
No, what I would do is I would click on the document as if I was going to open it. But for some reason or another, maybe after 2 clicks,
If I double click
on
it, yeah, I double click it and it
opened up.
opens it.
Now, I guess I would have to close it somehow or another. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I can click on it again and I get just a solid, don't have the blue. I just have, it's outlined in black and it's like that.
Yeah.
And then I can add to it another word.
Yeah, it's not highlighted now.
No,
So,
it's
yeah.
not highlighted, and I can put my arrow in there and click on that and I can begin to add another word to it.
Oh, you
The
can
title.
edit the title.
Yeah,
That's what you're doing.
that's what I'm doing, is editing the
Yeah,
title.
if you just click it and it highlights it like this with a darker blue,
Mhm.
then I could type in something else here and say,
And if I've got my arrow at
Yes.
the end of where you are there, at the end of the words, it will just allow me to go in.
but you'll notice, see this little arrow right here?
Yes,
That means it's a shortcut to something else.
Yes.
The actual file is not on your desktop, it's somewhere else. And when
Uh-huh.
you click on it, it goes to that folder and opens it up. So anytime you see that it's got that little arrow, if
Mhm.
I delete it, that program's still there. It's still, I can still find it. It's still on my computer. I just don't have a shortcut on my desktop to it. I don't need it. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I don't need that one.
I have a couple on mine that have those arrows.
Yeah. And if you don't want them there anymore, by deleting just the shortcut, you're not deleting the program
Oh, okay.
or access to it. And then also, you can sort by on your screen. If you do it, then you can't go back to where you were, but you can sort by name and it'll do them alphabetically over here by size.
Oh.
You can auto arrange them. You can arrange them to a grid so that they're lined up.
Wow.
So by right mouse clicking anywhere on your screen in a blank spot and then go to view, you can change these. Right now it's at medium icons. You can make them large icons or small icons. And then I'll go back to medium. And then you can, again, you can sort them by name, size, item type, or date modified, and they'll arrange themselves on your desktop. So there's a lot of things you can do with these things. It's just having somebody show you how to do it.
Yes. And writing notes and remembering, being able to decipher your notes on how to do it.
Yeah. And then do it a few times. Once you do it a few
Yes.
times, then it becomes,
it helps.
it helps. And there we go.
Ron Brown with Tech for Seniors, the new Kindle Fire tablet with Microsoft Office, just released in April of 2021. Let's have a look. Amazon has just released a whole new line of Fire HD tablets. This will include Microsoft Office and also a license on one version for Office 365. Wow, this is something new and such good value. This is crazy good. Let me explain. All right, I want you to look at the Fire HD 10 in this diagram here, and I want you to look at the 10.1 inch display. This is going to go on sale for $149 for the 32 gigabyte version. Wow, and this is going to include a copy of Office. And if you look to the right, you'll see the new HD bundle for $219 is going to include a full license version of Microsoft Office 365. This is an incredible deal. Let's have a look closer at this. Microsoft is launching its Office and OneNote app on Amazon Fire tablets today. Both apps are available in Amazon App Store, and the Office app combining Word, Excel, and PowerPoint into one single tablet app. But this is going to be available on the Fire HD 10 for the $149. Both the Office and OneNote apps will be available on Amazon's App Store in regions where Fire tablets are currently sold. Microsoft says it has timed the release of these apps to coincide with Amazon's new Fire HD 10 tablet. The $149.99 Fire HD has a thinner design, slimmed down bezels, and better specs. And Amazon is also offering a $219 bundle with a 12-month subscription fee to Microsoft 365 in the US, Canada, UK, Germany, and Japan. Now, this display is a bright, fast, zippy, responsive, vibrant 10.1 inch full HD display. Powerful performance thanks to a 3 gigabyte RAM and an octa-core processor. Great for on the go. Enjoy up to 12 hours of reading, browsing the web over Wi-Fi, watching videos, and listening to music from anywhere. Type easily. The all-new made for Amazon Bluetooth keyboard with detachable case lets you comfortably catch up on email or make notes from anywhere, whether there's the couch or the kitchen table. Keep your tablet protected. Opt for the classic case as seen in the picture here. Screen time is now family time. Discover Amazon for Kids. Parents can create child profiles to limit screen time, set educational goals, and manage content with easy-to-use parental controls. Enjoy for free or subscribe to get more. Amazon Kids is free on every Fire tablet. Or subscribe to Amazon Kids to access more than 20,000 kid-friendly titles. Now, I'm sure you're all going to race out to purchase one of these devices. It's such an incredible deal. But just a minute, hold your horses. I want you to stop and think for something. First of all, this is a new offer. And if you do go on the Amazon website, make sure you look for the new Fire HD tablets, because there's a lot of older models available. Currently, these are all sold out, but I want you to think about something. Amazon is having their Prime Day in July this year. All these are going to be on sale in a couple of months. So hold your horses and just wait a minute. But I bet you'll see that new Amazon Fire HD with Office 365 offered for $219. I bet you it comes down to about $180. There's going to be some incredible deals. These are really, really good tablets. All right, you know the routine. If you like this video, please click the like. And if you want to see more, just subscribe to the channel. It's Ron Brown with Tech for